Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now today I've got an awful lot of repotting to do of these small Paphiopedilums and there's the odd Paphiopedilum, and I had a look at one yesterday and it wasn't doing too well. It was in the coconut husk. So I'm going to check them all out, and I think I'm going to replace all the medium with straightforward Orchiata, probably with a bit of growstone in, and maybe throw a little bit of moss in as well. But after I've done the first 7, I think it is, that I'm going to nip over to the small greenhouse to have a look at what's going on there. Then I'm coming back here to finish off what I've started. Now the first one we're going to look at is this. I presume it's a Paphiopedilum. I haven't got a label in it, but by the looks of the leaves and everything, it's certainly a Paphiopedilum. Now this is in a mixture of bark and a little bit of moss and coconut husk. So we'll just have a look at this. You can't see anything on the sides that's saying it's having good roots. So let's take it. See, it's just pulled out. Now that hasn't got the roots to save its life. None whatsoever. So anything that turns out like this is going to get put back in pure Orchiata to see how it goes on. I mean, you can see this rootstock where it was taken from, hard as iron, but absolutely just these soft roots on it hanging off it. So that's going to have to be redone. So what we'll do, we'll get rid of that stuff it was in, because it's not doing any good, evidently, and the pot will need cleaning out. The second one is a cross between St. Swithin and Sandrianum, angel hair. So I've had this one about a couple of years from being small. It has grown a little bit, and this one is in the husk. So we'll have a look at that one. I'm not expecting much out of any of these because they haven't done much growing. Oh good, the heater's switched off. See, that's in the coconut husk. Quite damp, got watered last week. This is another that has roots, but no growing tips. No growing tips on them at all. And 1 or 2 soft ones. This thing's fine stuff, so I don't know why it's not growing. But it doesn't seem, if they're not growing in it, they don't like what they're planted in. That's the way I look at it. So we'll just trim these roots back to where they're green. Yep. Just the ends of them. Any that are fully soft will get cut right back up to the rootstock, like that one. And that one. So that's another one that's going in the pure Orchiata bark. And another pot to be cleaned out. Looks like it's going to take me all day, this one. Now this one I've had some time. It keeps growing a little leaf, gets to this side, they die off at the bottom, grows another little leaf. So it's not growing at all. And this is a Paphiopedilum adductum, which is supposed to be very easy to grow. And this one is also in coconut husk and a little bit of bark. Yeah, the coconut husk and bark, but no root growth. 2 strong roots there, but no root growth at all. And this label, this leaf wants taking off. See if there's anything underneath it that's happening. No, just check underneath, see if it's got any mealy or anything like that. No, can't see anything. So it's not mealybug that's preventing the growth, which it would do if there were mealybug. There's something white here. Yeah, it's one little mealybug I've caught, but no big influx of them, so it wasn't doing any harm. Well, it wasn't doing it any good, but it wasn't doing it any harm. Right, we'll put that on one side. Get rid of the dead leaf. And we'll have a look at this one. This one is Sandrianum cross Johanna Burkhardt, which is a very good cross. But can I get this one growing? No. This one is also in the coconut husk. And a little bit of moss as well. And this one is exactly the same as the others. Plenty of hard roots, but absolutely no growing tips. Here, just check it for mealybug. Check it down the leaves. I'm not sure. There's a little bit of white there, but my eyes aren't as good as I know. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. There's something down there, but it's not mealybug, so that's okay. But I'll give them all a treat with the bug spray before I repot them up. Well, what do we do now? Well, I suppose we'll look at the other lot. Let's move this to one side, all this bark that's not producing any roots. And there's no salts in that bark, I can assure you of that. This is a Paphiopedilum, yeah. Cyrilla alca, cross between Cavacii and Andretti. And this is also in the coconut husk, and this is also not producing any new roots. The roots aren't too bad, but no what you can call real good viable roots. Some soft ones, so I'll check that and cross all and take all them out, and that will get another spray. The sixth one I'm doing is, you see, we all have these problems. This is one I've had ages. I've grown this up from a very, very small plant, and it's a magic lantern. Look at this one. This is also a coconut husk, and these roots aren't too bad. There's just one new growing tip there, just one new growing tip. That one's soft, so we'll have that one off. That one's a black root with a black end, so we'll cut that off, and it's green inside, so that's fine. And that's another little tip there. and that's green inside, so that's fine. Check down the leaves for mealybug. None at all. Bit of growstone stuck down that one. So that's another one we'll have a look at. And the last one. Last one today for that is. Is a Paphiopedilum sucaculi. This is also in coconut husk. No, this is bad. This isn't good at all. There's a leaf that needs coming off. And that looks like it's got. Yep, there's some mealybug down there, definitely. So it's a good job. I'm going to spray them all and take the dead leaves off. There's a mealybug there. Well, it was. Right. So that's all 7 of them that needs doing. So I'll just get rid of all this bad stuff here that won't grow the leaves, won't grow the roots rather, and we'll see what we can do with them. Yeah, but before I start repotting those up, I've got this Phalaenopsis Zeng Min Pixels that never had any roots on. So I planted it up in that red moss, and I haven't watered it much. I've just sprayed the leaves, so this wants a good look at. And if this has got roots on, then that's fine. How are we going to get this out? So we'll see what this one's done in the moss. I think I can see new root growth. Yep. Yep, we've got nice new root growth there, as you can see. An old spike here and an old spike there cut off, but a nice new root here and 2 nice roots growing here. So that will get now potted up in the bark. Well, I've got the new Orchid bark here. It's the 9 to 12 millimeters, and I'm just going to put a little bit of chopped up live moss in, just for a little bit. Could do with the bigger scissors for this, but it's fine. There we are, mix it all together. And then we'll begin potting them up. Right, I think I'm in the right position here to show you. Right, what should we get first? Right, this is the Sandriane and Johanna Burkhardt. let's hope this proves better than the cocoa husk. Just very slightly below the greenness. And we'll call that a day for that one. Where's the label? Here. So that's one done. The next one is the Sucaculi, Paphiopedilum. The pots have all been washed in a bleach and they've all been sprayed with bug clear, just in case there are any mealy bugs knocking about. This looks like the new growing one, so we'll have that facing upwards. Well, with pressing down, I'm not frightened of breaking any new roots, am I? Because they're on. Yep, that's nice and firm in its pot now. And that's the Sucaculi, Paphiopedilum. Better check these in another 3 or 4 months' time, or the beginning of spring, something like that, and then it should be fine. Here we have, this isn't a bad root system, this, but it could be better. And this is the magic lantern. Not too much in there. Other people have asked me how often do I water them. Well, the only answer I can give to that is generally once a week, these Paphiopedilums, but depending on the weather, you just water them when you think they need it. And if you're not quite sure when you last watered them, leave them a couple of days before you do it again. Then you're not going to get them too wet. Just make sure that's nice and firm. And put that label back. Now I'm hoping I'm not going to have to do these for at least a year, because this Orchid bark should last a lot longer than that, and there isn't enough moss in there to create any problems over that period of time. So that's that one. Then we've got the little adductum. That needs its roots just Just trimming a little. And yeah, I'll put it in that one. Much of a muchness this, but I'm afraid it's always necessary to do. In fact, I've got about another 20 or 30 up there that all need rechecking, but there is no doubt I will not be putting those all on video. If I take any out of the pots that are looking good, I'll definitely show them. But this does show that we do get some bad plants. Well, we do it wrong. I mean, I've been doing these for years and they don't seem to be going right just yet. Mind you, it might be the time of year when they're not to be showing any fruits. There's no growth in them anyhow. Right, that's the ductum. Now before I go any further, we'll redo this this Phalaenopsis. Now it grew very well in the roots, so I'll give that in the moss. The roots are very good, so I'll give it more moss in this one than it was in total moss before. So we'll give this quite a bit more. We'll do it a 50-50 or a 70-30. Bit more in there, we'll put a bit of moss in. A little bit of bark. And a little bit more, I think. Yep, that's better. I mean, in the room where I keep these Phalaenopsis in the house, it's a warm room. It's where I have the fish tank as well. And the temperature during the day gets up around about 27 degrees in there. And it's very warm. And it's very warm all the time. And at night time it only drops down to about 18. Never gets lower than 18 anyhow. So that's why all these paths I have seem to be doing well. I mean, they love the warmth, don't they? There, we'll settle for that one. And that's another one. Now the last one is this, where is it? Yeah. I have another two there. This one could go in a terracotta pot, or a plastic terracotta pot, let's put it that way. Reaching for the labels. We'll put the angel hair in this one. Get a few more bits of moss in. You know, if you read the books, They always say that Paphiopedilums are easy to grow. Not many people find them easy. I used to, but I don't find them easy anymore. We'll just have to see how these go on. And you can't do any more than give them good clean bark and good clean pots. The only thing you've got to find out is give them the sort of medium they like to grow in. So we'll see if this is any good to them. And that's the angel there. So we'll leave that at that. And I need to give them, well, not give them a good watering, but because they've hardly any roots, and it's pointless giving them water if they have no roots. Then they have to rely on the humidity, which my humidity is very, very high. So I'm not too worried about it. So I shall leave these for the day, and then I'll water them again tomorrow, or I'll just dampen them tomorrow, I mean, with a little bit of water and some seaweed extract, and that's all I will give them. Well, I'm in the small greenhouse now, and the heater's on, so you can hear that one, but I'll try and speak over the heater if I can. So we'll just have a look at some Phalaenopsis. That's where we'll begin. And this one I rather like. It is a variegated leaf one, and it's called, Phalaenopsis Renoir. And it's got a spike there and another spike there coming on. And these are very, very beautiful flowers, only tiny, but plenty of colour on them. Phalaenopsis Renoir. Then we've got this one, Phalaenopsis Leo's Tri-Prince Yellow Lip. Now this was got from Schwartz in October 2019, and this is one of the orchids we bought from that gentleman who unfortunately passed away. Absolutely nice. I like that one. Phalaenopsis Happy Fang, sir. And this is quite a colourful little plant. See if I can get a decent picture of it. It's got two nice spikes on, looking very, very nice too. Very lovely. These all seem to be doing very well in here, these Phalaenopsis. There's quite a few more of them as well. This is quite a nice one too. It's Phalaenopsis Penang, and it's a Violaceae alba cross sibling. Now, I'm not generally a lover of albas because I like colour on my orchid flowers, and I can't see the point of making them into albas by making them white, taking all the colours off. But a lot of people seem to like them, and each to his own. But and the albas, once the colour's been taken out of them, are far more expensive. Don't understand that one. There's a nice Phalaenopsis Schilleriana there with a nice spike on. Nice flower here overlooking it, which is, let's get the label, Phalaenopsis Tying Shin Fly Eagle 160. That came from the Orchid Garden. Oh, let's have a look at the flower. Very nice. I've got a nice liking for these small Phalaenopsis now. Another one here that's very nice too. How about that one? I love the shape of that one. And that one is a Phalaenopsis cat's paw firebird, Montclair, and that is from Classen Orchids from August last year. The thing I like about this one, apart from the colour, is the shape of the flower. Absolutely beautiful. And the back of the flower has got a nice gold colour to it. So that's beautiful. Anyhow, that's all the Phalaenopsis we'll have a look at. We'll move on to something else. Right, we'll move on to the next one. And this is a Cochleanthus. I think they call them Cochleanthus. 2 flowers on it. A little bit different looking at them with just with one hand. And we'll just have a look at the label. If I can get it out. Oh, it's stuck. There you are. Come on. That's a big label. Cochleanthus moonbeam. Palest lavender and violet. Oh, that's the colour. I thought it was the name then. Cochleanthus. Well, she's got one of the Paphiopedilum Phalaenopsis that I gave her a few weeks ago, and this seems to be doing okay. It's new leaves coming up in the middle, so she just wanted to give them a try. So I've no doubt she'll flower them much better than me. There's some remnants of a hibiki there with 2 flowers of Christidone dendrobium. And here's an oncidium in full bloom. Oncidium, I think she calls it longipipes. Let's see all the blooms on it. Lovely, quite a big plant too. Nice oncidium. And I think that's about all I've got to do. Nothing else to show you. I think the cymbidium has a touch of Lowianum in it. I'll just show them you. There we are. Look, somebody suggested it's a Lowianum hybrid. So it looks very nice anyhow. But quite happy with that, and we'll come back to it when it's fully open. Well, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry it hasn't been particularly interesting for you, but it's some jobs I particularly had to do. And until next time, I thank to all my subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed, I would be very pleased if you did so. And once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you all later. Bye.